Oh, we got a big one here now. We're gonna saw cut it. I was afraid if I dig around it may push that other one over. As you can tell, I am all up in the power lines. Luckily that's a communication line there, so got to keep away from the hot ones up top. So we'll get this over. I think I can dig around that one, push it over, and then both of us take down that triple over there. So I'm gonna let him try to cut a notch in there. We'll get that shoved over, and I can work on them other ones. All right, well, that is enough excitement for today. We're able to get down all these big trees. We're going to bring the grapper rake for the 350 to be able to pick these stumps up, put them in the truck, because the 220 will just not do it. You couldn't even pick up. There's some, those jokers are heavy, and that's a third of the size of that one over there. All right, well, we got some more wood. We'll bring the trailer tomorrow, load that up, and yeah, that's a great big one over there too. Got everything hunkered down over here in the edge of the woods for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Should be able to get all this cleaned up, and I still got to clean that section up over there as well.
You guys, I was so wrong about something, and I was remarkably embarrassed to have published such horrific misinformation. I made a video about this 02 Dodge Dakota over here, and the customer had this thing V8 swapped once upon a time, and for some reason in my brain I somehow calculated that since the customer had done a swap, that told my primitive cranium that Dodge had never put a V8 in this Dakota before, and I was flat out wrong. They had put 4.7s and 5.9s. I just forgot, and I went off on a tangent and said the wrong thing. So I'd like to correct the record right now and state that Dodge Dakotas did in fact come with V8s, but this particular Dodge Dakota has been V8 swapped, and it's had a lot of other things done to it as well. We've got a disc brake conversion back here, and we've got the open air differential cooling modification taking place, and we've also got a brand new drive shaft in this unit because the customer had been trying to sort out a vibration issue at high speeds. And taking a look at the drive shaft, I said, you know, I don't think this drive shaft is the problem. It appears to have been balanced. The weights aren't missing. I mean, we've got, we're kind of counterbalanced. There's a weight on one side here and then sort of on the other side over there. So it may not be the best balance in the world, but if it would have met specs, then they would have not really had a problem shipping it out. So I didn't think that the drive shaft was actually the problem. One of the issues that this thing came in with is the customer had stated that the differential seal here at the pinion was flinging grease everywhere. And we can see there's grease here and grease there, a bunch of it. There's oil all over everything. So there was an issue with the pinion seal. We pulled the pinion seal out and sort of inspected it, and it wasn't really looking that horrific, to tell you the truth. I can't see this thing leaking this badly just because the rubber had sort of let go. That doesn't appear to be the case. So Went a little bit further. We slapped the pinion yoke back on it and ran it down. And in doing so, we observed the pinion gear in the back. See if you can see it. When I turn this, the gear is angling upward slightly. Now, we don't have any play in it, so no forward and back. So there's plenty of preload in those bearings. But when we rotate this guy, light focus, tough to see, but it's rising as we change direction here. It's riding up on these gears right here, and we're seeing some play in that back pinion bearing. So when we pulled this cover off, we had found that there was little slivers and particulate matter of metal in there, and we can even see some, see like that milky looking business there on my finger? Yeah, that's metal right there, nice and sparkly and shiny. You guys see that? So I'm pretty confident that this differential has chewed up a bearing or two in here. So what we're going to do, since I have the brakes off of it, we're going to go ahead and disassemble this rear end. Now this is a limited slip differential, which means it's not like a full locker, like a posi locker. It's got a set of little clutches back there. You can kind of see them from here. So those little round guys. There's some clutches back there behind these side gears. So what happens in an LSD, a limited slip differential, is when torque is applied from the drive shaft to the pinion, and the pinion is going to rotate our ring gear right here. So we're trying to go forward super fast, right? Well, when we do that, torque has to go either to this axle or to this axle right here, okay? If one side tries to drive and the other side